12 foods in your pantry that can poison you. A few years back, when I started organizing our pantry, I found out that some foods we store in it can actually cause us harm. A close friend of mine working in the food industry asked us if we have any poison in our pantry. We obviously said no, and we started laughing. He told us that even apple seeds, rhubarb leaves, and many others from our pantry are poisonous, and that's why I decided to share the things we've learned from him. I can bet you anything that if you go outside right now and stop 10 people to let them know that potatoes can be poisonous, most, if not all, of them will not believe you and call you a fool. In the best case scenario, maybe 1 or 2 people will know what you're talking about. The following list can help you figure out if you have a hidden poison source in your pantry. Apple seeds. Apple seeds contain cyanide. You've probably heard about this poison since it was used as a gas to execute prisoners back in the day. Now, before you start looking funny at the apples in your pantry, you should know that the seeds in 1 apple or 2 won't hurt you. Cherry, peaches, apricots, and plum pits. Just like the seeds of an apple, the pits of cherries, peaches, and plums contain the same poison, cyanide. The bad news with these fruits is that a fatal dose for children can be as low as 5 pits if the seed capsule has been broken. Even more, people used to roast apricots pits back in the day to enjoy them as quick snacks, and some ended up in serious conditions after eating more than 30 such pits. Lima beans. It was established that some foreign lima beans contain 300 milligrams of hydrogen cyanide per 100 grams of beans, so it's important to know everything there is to know about the beans you are growing. As a safety measure, you should know that in the US, the standard set for white lima beans is 10 milligrams per 100 grams. Potatoes. Potatoes were the cause of death for many people throughout history. As a general characteristic, potatoes contain glycoalkaloid poison called solanine, which is highly poisonous. Solanine concentrates under the skin of sunburned and spoiled potatoes, turning them green. It also forms in potato sprouts, and you've probably heard about it. If that's the case, you should also know that you need peel suspect potatoes to the depth of the green part and boil them. Boiling leaches out the solanine, and it can be discarded with the water because heat alone will not destroy this poison. Tomatoes. The same glycoalkaloid poison, solanine, can be found in tomatoes. The leaves, stems, and shoots of the plant are very toxic, and there were cases recorded of children ending up in the ER after accidentally ingesting these parts. Although the plant is poisonous, the ripened fruit, yes, tomatoes or fruits, can always be eaten safely. Eggplants. Another plant in the same Solanum family as the eggplant. It is known that the leaves, stems, and flowers contain the same Solanaceae alkaloids, and the raw fruit may also have certain solanine content. To always be on the safe side, never eat the fruits raw and always pick the healthy, ripened ones if you decide to cook eggplants. Onions. A diet that includes onions in large amounts or as the sole ingredient of the diet over a couple of weeks can cause severe health problems. There have been reported deaths in cattle which ate large amounts of onions. The toxic principle is thought to be an alkaloid that causes severe anemia in man, as well as digestive disturbances and/or stomach upset. Asparagus. The raw young shoots of asparagus are known to cause dermatitis, and some people develop nasty allergic reactions when touching them. Even more, the red berries of asparagus are known to cause poisoning in farm animals and unattended children. The young ones should be taught to stay away from these berries even though they may look inviting. Cassava. My family eats tapioca, and I've learned about the hazard of cassava poisoning from a young age. The dried root of cassava, which is used for tapioca, may contain cyanide. Cassava varieties are often categorized as either sweet or bitter, signifying the absence or presence of toxic levels of cyanogenic glucosides, respectively. The bitter variety can produce as much as 1 gram of cyanide per 2 pounds of fresh roots, and the cassavas grown during drought are highly toxic. In those consuming large amounts of cassava, it was discovered that in time it leads to chronic pancreatitis. Poke salad. Poke greens are very popular in the South, and folks there have learned that you have to boil it in 2 waters that need to be discarded if you want to avoid getting sick. The plant contains the bitter glycoside saponins and a glycol protein. Even the ripe berries are cooked to make pies. However, these are known to be dangerous for children if eaten raw. The most upsetting fact is that the vast majority of people don't even know about their existence, and accidents often occur when handling and consuming such foods.